putting out a call to the warrior in you, to the healer in you, to the king, the queen in you, to the magician, the lover, the explorer, the creator in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and take your place. The battle is everywhere and it's right in your face. Let's go.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Success is your destiny. Yes. Love, wisdom, power. Remember, always who you are. Yes. Yes. I am. Love, wisdom, power. Yes. Yes. I am. Love, yes. Power. Yes. I am. Yes, I am love, wisdom, power. Yes, yes, I am love, wisdom, power. Master. Yes, I am. Yes, love, wisdom, power. Yes, I am. Say yes, to yourself. Yes, I am. Protect. Yes, I am. Master. I am. Yes. Okay. Greetings and welcome, family, to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. We're going to begin this show. I want to thank everyone on this auspicious day. I have here a master drummer, Brother Raphael, and also have a house lion named Django. Also want to invite the other guests who are present. I want to thank our brother Baraka for the opening.
Right on, Baraka.
Ashe, thank you.
Yeah, Brother Raphael.
I've seen him around.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
If he had his Ashiko drum, he would have been rolling the drum while you was blowing the horn, brother.
Oh man, that's a powerful combination.
That's a combination that's coming.
That's coming.
Exactly.
Yeah, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Can do.
So I'm going to call our brother Muhammed Bey as soon as we do the opening. So right now, we're going to do the solo. I am in me. I am in you, the listening audience. I am in the sea of life. We are galactic beings living a human experience. With that being said, yes, I am forgiving everybody and everyone from my past lives. And I ask that everyone from my past lives to please forgive me. Yes, I am forgiving everybody in this life. And I ask that everybody in this life to please forgive me. And with that being said, I call on the Ascended Masters to be a part of this show today. I call on Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I call on Ascended Master Metatron Enoch the Ethiopian. Sheikh Amadou Bamba, Sheikh Ibrahim from Senegal. I call on the latest Christ born in the Congo, Simeon Toko, in the early 1900s, to please come and be a part of this show. And I invite the Black angels that he invoked in the Congo to also join us.
Yes.
I'd like to also invite Melchizedek, Black Madonna, Mother Mary. I'd like to invite Yeshua. I'd like to invite Elijah. I'd like to invite Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Quetzalcoatl, White Buffalo Calf Woman, Imhotep, Ptahotep, Akhenaten. I'd like to invite Nat Turner, John Brown, Chief Geronimo. I'd like to invite on this auspicious day Chief Osceola, Chief Crazy Horse, Chief Sitting Bull, and all the shaman warriors who live beyond time and space in our paradigm, but they are always present. I'd like to invite onto this show Heteru, Elegba, Oshun, goddess of love, Yemaya, Mother Ocean, Shango, Olokun, Oya, Ogun, Obatala, Ochosi to be with us on this show today. I'd like to invite Ascended Masters, Himalaya, Ascended Masters inside of Mount Shasta and in the interior of the earth. I'd like to invite onto this show the Ascended Masters of Buddha, Krishna to be on this program. And I ask in the name of love, Saint Germain, Nikolai Tesla, Wilhelm Reich, Townsend Brown, our brothers, to be on this show. I also ask for the Ascended Master Armies, Kathumi, Sanat Kumara, Seraphis Bey, to collectively, with the power and miracles of their I Am magic presence, to intervene upon the ignorant leaders of the earth's surface, to have divine intervention so that this planet can evolve into the beautiful spaceship, pearly, floating world in the sea of love.
Mm.
And we say together, Ashe.
Ashe.
Okay.
All right. At this point, I'm going to call Brother Muhammad and welcome him to the show.
Mm.
Peace to God.
Peace, brother. Welcome to the show. You are live.
Peace, brother Muhammad.
Muhammad. Yes.
Peace to the
Give
God,
thanks.
family.
Do your thing, Brother Muhammad.
Oh, so am I?
You on, man. We live, brother. We just finished the opening, and the folks have put down their turkey wings and their chicken wings and their chicken legs. We got our sister Condri Bay. She's live. So everybody is on the show, and somebody shared the link, and they don't know how to work the cameras from Chicago. I salute you, brother, but they don't know how to work with the cameras. A brother named Sally, he doesn't know how to work his phone. I gotta just y'all gotta activate your phones so that people can hear you and see you. So it's a little bit of a technical adjustment, but we giving the mic to our brother Muhammed Bey. Muhammed Bey, you are live and in front, man. So do your thing.
Thank you, sir. You know how I do it. I start with the prayer. I always have to put the creator first.
That's right.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. I bear witness that there is no deity but Allah. I bear witness that there is no deity but Allah. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala salah. Come to prayer, come to prayer. Hayya ala falah, hayya ala falah. Come to your good, come to your good. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. La ilaha illallah. There is no deity but Allah. Hayya al-falah. Come to your good. As-salatu kahran min al-niyam. As-salatu kahran min al-niyam. Prayer is better than sleep. Prayer is better than sleep. Allahu Akbar. Okay, Hank, how are you gonna do this first?
Everybody's live, and I see our sister. She has learned how to use her camera and her audio so eloquently. So, Sister Condry Bey, I just want to thank you for being able to correctly use your technology so we can see you and we can hear you. Now, I see in the queue we have a brother from Chicago. Say your name, brother. Say your name.
How you doing? My name is Bill Manning. Brother Muhammad invited me. So, yes, pleasure, and I'm grateful to be involved.
Okay. And Stanley Ali, you got to you got to turn your mic on. There you go. Say your name, brother.
Peace. I'm so happy and thankful that I'm with you guys and goddesses. Happy Turkey Day.
Yeah, for what it's worth.
I'm honored. Honestly, I'm happy and honored. And Brother Muhammad sent me the link, and I followed through. I'm on a Chromebook, and I'm new to this format of video chatting and live building.
Yeah, it ain't that deep, brother. It ain't that deep. We are We are the gods.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I see that.
Oh,
Peace to everyone.
Peace. Patrick Johnson.
Peace.
All right, y'all figuring out how to use that phone technology.
I'm on a Chromebook. That's the situation.
Oh, that's great
if you're
too.
familiar with Chromebooks, you can have the Messages app from Google linked to the Chromebook, and basically you can click on the link on the Chromebook. So I'm on the laptop.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, we're progressing. So, Brother Muhammed Bey, what you want to do? You want to have Sister Condry testify first?
Yes, let her testify first. Yes.
Okay, Sister Condry Bey, we're gonna pull you up right in front. Tell us a little bit about what you've experienced and how Brother Muhammed Bey has helped you in your life journey.
Okay, first I want to say peace to the God, and I honor the ancestors known and unknown, and I honor everyone that's on the call with us and everyone that's listening. My name is actually Dorothy Condry Bey. I started doing research on becoming a Moor, becoming free, trying to get my birthright. So in my quest of research, just listening to Hank
Everybody mute yourself.
back in August, Muhammad Bey was on there. So I'd already been doing my research and everything like that, and I was kind of referencing things that he was saying. So I called him up, gave him a call. He answered right away. I thought it was going to be one of those deals where I call him up and he won't get back to me for about a month or so, but he answered right away. And I talked to him and just kind of, was listening to what he was saying and then kind of cross-referencing the information that I had researched with what he said. So the reason why I jumped on board with him was because everything I had researched, he had either the answer or the counter answer. So therefore, we just started moving forward. So he, I would come up, hit him with questions after question. Y'all know I'm a woman, and you know how we like to ask them questions all kind of different ways. And never did he get disappointed with me. He would answer the question. And so he came out here to Lawton, Oklahoma, where I live. And he did all my paperwork. We got my 9-8 number. And he was very patient with me there. We practiced 3 or 4 days. I got on there first time. I got my 9-8 number. Then after that, he started out with Express Trust. And he went ahead and got all that together. And then he came. I mean, he knows his stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's not like one of those where, well, let me go back and let me research this. It was like every question I was hitting him. I was hitting him hard with them questions because, like I said, I mean, we've been in our home for 20 years, and I couldn't afford to just put my life and my husband's life on the line because I was gonna put my life on the line, probably my marriage too. But but Hank, I mean, Muhammad came in there and he told me everything I needed. And like I said, then he came out here, flew out here, and we went to the courthouse on November the 12th. And he had all my paperwork ready for us to sign. Then he sat down with my husband and he gave my husband the whole rundown and to make my husband feel secure to know, that he wasn't coming in to just try to take advantage of us or take us our money. He actually came in to get me our birthright that was stolen. That was another reason I wanted to know because I really don't know who I am past my mom. So I'm just really digging in there. Like I said, this right here, becoming a more, a Native American to where I could just find a peace in me, And so he came out here to Lawton, Oklahoma, found my court. We went to the courthouse, and the lady at the courthouse, she was trying to give me some black facts, like, well, you can't file that here. He said, listen, ma'am, I know what I need to do. I just need to file this. I don't need to go chase nothing else, no other office. I just need to file this. So Muhammad got it filed. I just got my paperback work back, my express trust, my lien, all the things I need. And my minutes, I got everything back in a timely manner. He did everything in a timely manner. And the only reason it took so long was because of me kind of hesitating a little bit. But if you guys need this work done, Muhammed Bey is the man. Muhammed Bey is the man.
Give thanks.
Thank you.
Give thanks. And
Beautiful.
That's a beautiful of you sharing that experience. So Stanley Ali, how'd you end up on this show today, brother? Who are you? Where your people from? Let me unmic you.
I had to take the mic off.
Yeah, distortion,
mute. Yeah. My family's from the islands, what everybody calls Haiti.
Oh.
Now, and digging and understanding that we are Moors at the end of the day, I have to do my own due diligence and dig. And there's a lot of digging, and I'm finding things out that were never told to us growing up, such as one of the creators or founders of Chicago was one of my people. And I'm hearing, and I'm like, why is it that I gotta be a grown adult to even find that out? I'm saying, this is one of the reasons they'll never let that city grow at all, because a Moor at the time, I don't know if he claimed he was Moor, but he founded the city. And the city was making a lot of money. He was making a lot of moves way before the independence of the quote unquote independence of that country. So now, as I'm reading and I'm learning, I got invited studying under Jonah and Joey. If you guys are familiar, Joey Bounce, Jonah Bey. Building some more brothers that know brothers. It seems that every time I ask for it, the ancestors show me the way. Give it to me. Here. Right. Do you see it? Pay attention to what you're looking at. So I'm paying attention and I'm learning. And then I can only build with people that are familiar and accepting of the fact that this is who we are. This is what is missing. Everybody wants to stay in this a citizen, a slave.
Right.
I'm looking to escape and be free.
McDonald's. A McDonald's member.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the landlord.
Yeah. I was listening to that. Oh my gosh. Hank, I saw another show you did 9 hours long. Wow. Oh gosh. I gotta rerun everything that I've studied with everybody so far and pay attention to the paperwork that I have several constitutions. I'm a New Yorker, New York bound. I was born over here, County of Kings. I'm on Long Island. And unfortunately, Long Island has its own graveyards that I'm discovering. And I'm saying to myself, nobody knows this. except for people who dig.
That's it.
I dig.
Facts. Now, Chicago, how'd you end up on this show? You got to slow down, Chicago. You're moving too fast. We got to see your dome. You got to turn your mute. Your mute is on. We got to make sure your mute is off so we can hear you. Unmute your phone, brother. All right, he just blinked out. All right, so we're gonna go now to Johnson, Patrick Bey. Brother, welcome to the Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids.
Peace. Yeah, I was introduced to
Can you hear me?
this program.
Hello.
Peace to all the gods. I was introduced to this program by, as I call him, Dr. Bey. Met him
I
in
call
2018.
Now we got Dr. Professor.
Yeah, you call him Professor. He is a professor now.
Yes, he
He's
is.
a professor, but I call him Dr. Bey, man. He showed himself worthy to me, man. I met him at a seminar, Jonah Bey seminar, because I thought only Jonah Bey knew the information. And he was kind of public with the information. And I use the word public, I mean as far as social media, YouTube and all that. I actually traveled from the first seminar I did was in 2017. I was in Atlanta. I traveled there. Then Jonah Bey came down, traveled to Miami. Then the second half of the seminar, Dr. Bey walked in. The brother was sharp, man. He had his white, he had a suit on, his pants, everything. I felt that energy. I said, man, he kind of, and I thought in my head, I said, man, he might be taking over the second half of the seminar. And Jonah, and he had a piece of paper in his hand, which I know now is considered a court order. And he gave it to Jonah, and Jonah was like, man, y'all was smart. Y'all will get with this brother, but y'all gonna have to study. So ever since then, which was pretty much in two.
All right, his stream froze up a little bit, family. All right, let's go on back to Chicago.
You there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
Can you hear
now
me?
we can hear you.
Okay. All right. So basically, I had gotten I'll just say all the roads of my journey have led me to this point. I've always felt that we were lied to, had some veil, something that was being hid from us. So over the course of my life, it's like seeds were planted. About 10 years ago, I was in a situation where my freedom was going to be taken away from me from another individual, and I felt that no man had a right to take my freedom from me and my family. And I started doing diligent work on becoming sovereign. And at that point, I ended up having to go and serve some time for an injustice that was definitely untrue. So with that being said, I'm a knowledge searcher, and I was introduced to a gentleman. He was kind of friends with Bobby Hemmett, and he kind of put me on this path. I was dating his daughter, and it was funny. Before I was introduced to him, I was kind of dig back into the whole realm of unveiling or unraveling this matrix that we live in. So, make a story short, I understand the concept of the corporation. Everything's a business. Everything we see is for financial gain. We were put into a corporate structure at our birth. I understand that we have bonds that are placed on our heads. Everything is run, from decibels, debts, and credits. So my whole thing is to help our kind, especially myself, first and foremost, to know who I am. I'm in my orgs and my people, and I know that we are indigenous, and we are we own and have the birthrights to this planet. And I believe that we shouldn't have to pay pay to play for something that was given to us freely. So make a long story short, I'm in the process of gaining my nationality, doing the DNA, birth certificate. I mean, I'm in the beginning process, but I am humbled to be in the presence of knowledgeable people who have placed their energies and and time to learn the knowledge. That's to know everybody, or to have an opportunity to know everybody.
Right. Okay. Thank you. So coming back to Professor Bey, you got the floor.
Well, thank you, sir. And I would like to thank the dear sister from Oklahoma for the comments that she made, which was very heartfelt, because I need people to understand. I have been studying this for years. And when I was doing this, I didn't have much help that I could call on. So I really had to grind it out. I mean, I didn't have nobody I could pick the phone up and bounce off and say, hey, let me run this by you. When I went down, I went to jail. It wasn't because I went and committed any crimes, but it had to do with traffic.
Wow.
And that's what really brought me to this point. I want you all to understand. You have a little luxury with it now because I've sort of paved the way for you. And I'm not patting myself on the back. That's just what it is. I had to go down and then come up. But if I wasn't strong enough, I would have gave up. Do you understand? I would have.
Yes.
Hell to the yeah.
Hell to the second year.
Facts.
But that's what told me something about me. Because the ultimate goal is that I'm glad the Creator put it on my heart because he best knows where to place the message. You know, there's a saying, say the race is not to the swift, but to the one who can endure it to the end. And trust me, brothers and sisters, I can endure it to the end. Why am I saying that? Is because all the ups and downs, putting in the work, tired and exhausted a lot of times. And so it's kind of personal to me. When I come to you all, I don't come with BS. I come to give you what you need. The medicine. With someone who's been there, did it, and they can tell you how to go about doing it. Like the sisters were saying to you all, I gave her my word. She didn't ask me. I say, listen, I'll do one better than that for you. I will come to Oklahoma to make sure that your paperwork get filed properly. I don't know whether you showed the one, Hank, where she's at the courthouse and I'm there. Did you show that one?
No, I didn't get a chance to transfer that video.
Okay, we'll do that on some other time because they need to see that one too.
Yeah, because her lovely smile is still on the camera, brother. If you turn off your, you can see her right there. Hold on a second. Let's pull her up again. We got to give you a congratulations, sister. Y'all give her a hand.
Yes. Because she had enough trust for me. She didn't know me. She met me from your show, Hank. And she said some kind things about you. She said, this is why I felt comfortable with you because of Mr. Hank. I said, well, that's fair. And so she asked me so many questions because it was involving her property, her house, her land. They put their land in the trust. I put all their land, their property. And so taking that journey out there, November 12th, And the next day, on the 13th of November, we went down to the Comanche County Court. Now, I love their court system. Why? It's because you can file everything right there in that county. The trust minutes, the UCC, the non-UCC, the DBA, the warranty deed, the real property transfer of ownership, the notice of security agreement, trustee, power of trustee. So all of those documents was filed into the Comanche County Recorder's Office. And it didn't take long. You know, when we first went in there, this white lady, one young white lady came and got the paperwork. She took them over to her. And we were just standing there talking. And I saw the lady over there scratching her head. I said, that's that paperwork. She was scratching her head and she was looking through all the paperwork, and then she finally came over. And she said, well, she was trying to tell me about the clerk of the court. So I said, well, ma'am, the clerk of the court is the court. So she said, well, no, we're not saying we're not going to file. She said, I said, okay, no problem. So we was out of there in about 20 minutes. And she got her paperwork in a week's time, 1 week, just as they say she would.
Right on.
And when I left there, we stood outside, we talked a little bit. I was so happy for her. Very happy. Because, like I said, I have to bring you all proof. Not just me coming on these shows, running my mouth, just talking. But I have to bring, and this is one, and I'm going to have another testimony from another lady. I'm doing 2 of her properties. I'm just waiting on her to get her trust back. Now, you all have to understand why you need to be into a trust. I keep trying to tell you. With this foolishness with the COVID and all of that, you got to come from under the corporation called the United States. That's just facts. You do not want to be under that corporation.
And family, let me just say something, Brother Muhammad. You got to be real careful, because there are some what we call dirty Moors out here that will leave you on a flagpole with your pants down by your ankles, because they're not walking the walk, they talking the talk.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Brother Muhammad, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, brother.
I think I know the answer, but I just want to ask it anyway. So if you property in 2 different states, would you need to create 2 trusts, or would one work?
No, you got to remember, you're talking about 2 different jurisdictions.
Right.
If you're doing it in that state, you got to do 2 of them, because the property is in that state, for number 1, and then number 2, they set up may be different. So to answer your question, you will have to do it in each state. Now, if you had property in that same state, then it would be a little different. But you're talking about 2 different states, 2 different jurisdictions. Did I answer you, brother?
Yes, sir. I thought so, but thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Now, like in her situation, she had a house and her land. So she can put all of that into her trust right there, because everything is right there in that state, Oklahoma. You see? And I was just so happy to go out there, because I knew what I was going for. And I tell you, man, it's a difference. It's a difference. You know, when I sat down with her and her husband, they took me out to the little restaurant. I didn't much have an appetite for eating, because, you know, I only eat when my body calls for food. So we sat there and we went over the documents, and she said to me, she said, this paperwork. I love your paperwork, because when you look at the paperwork, it looks like an attorney did it up, because I got the borders and stuff around it. So her and her husband looked them over, and they signed it. And the next day, we went and had it filed into the records. So, you know, you all need to do the same thing she did. And she wasn't hesitant about it either. You know,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She went ahead on and called me after she got all her questions answered, and she knew I was sure about what I was saying. She said, well, what is your cash out? And I'm going to send you part of the money, and you get started with it. And I did that, and I told her, I say, I'm going to come out there. So this was the first one. Well, the first one was with me, with mine, and she was the second one. So, because she asked me that question, I said, the only one I did right now is mine. And so she took a chance with me, and we went out, and I told her, and even when you're putting it into the trust, just because you're putting it in there, that don't mean them dirty banks is not going to send you a letter or anything like that. But guess what? I've already got something for that problem.
All right, family.
She made me her trustee, and there was a reason why. It's because you just can't pick anybody to be a trustee. Your trustee got to know this paperwork and know what they're doing, just in case the IRS want to come snooping around. I even got a letter for them, an executive letter.
Okay.
Because
let me intervene on this, brother. Let me just say this. Family, I am going to give you do not think you can listen to this humble YouTube channel, get a teaspoon or half a teaspoon, I'm sorry, of information. This will get you up the creek without a paddle and a hole in your canoe. The purpose of these shows are for you to realize you have a way out. There's a light at the end of this abyss. There is hope. And our brother, Professor Muhammed Bey, is freely sacrificing his precious time to show you possibilities that you can be a success in this lifetime. However, you do have to call him at the number that's on the ticker tape below. You do have to email him on the ticket tape below. Mr. Bay 33169 at gmail.com. His phone number is 786-624-8257.
And if they want to send a donation, they can.
Oh, yeah. And let's put that up there, too. I'm going to find that. Where is that donation? I don't want to get the wrong one up here. Oh, here it is right here. Cash App, Alfred Thompson, the dollar bill sign, more 33054. I'm going to leave both of those up there.
Thank you, sir.
All right. And we're going to add the brothers to the stream. There was somebody named Solomon. Solomon, you gotta connect your video and your audio so we can see you. We see you in the queue, but you don't have your phone connected. So Solomon, jump back out, and then come back in with your video and your audio so that we can hear your words. Okay. Anybody else got some words they want to share while Brother Muhammed Bey has a cup of water? Well, I'm going to ask the questions then. Sister Condry, how you feel driving your car with your upgrade of lifestyle?
Oh, I feel awesome. I feel awesome. I'm grateful. Yeah. And I appreciate you bringing quality people in to get us informed and fed.
Right on. Thank you.
Sister Condry, can you tell us what is a 98 number?
Okay, a 98 number is like an EIN. You know when you apply for an EIN for your business, a 98 number is it's like an EIN, but it's not part of the United States corporation. It's separate. The IRS issue it, but it's not a part of the United States corporation.
Wow. You learned that from who? Who'd you learn that from, sister? You
Me,
sound
me,
good.
and me and Muhammad, we spend on the phone probably about hours and hours and hours. Mr. Muhammad Bey, doctor, lawyer, teacher, preacher.
And the church said, "Amen."
Amen.
Let's give my brother Muhammad Bey the mic again. You back to you, brother. We just want to hear the congregation testify.
Y'all making me laugh. Well, you know, say a laugh today keeps the doctor away.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I'm just so glad that I can, like I say, that the sister and her husband, they trusted in me enough. And like I said, that's why I told her I would do one better than that. You know, just to show my word, because whatever I tell you, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So now, I want you to all also know, family, I'm sitting up here. I mean, I'm at this every day. I'm sitting up here to learn. Once you all get into the trust, I'm doing the lawsuit now to carry you into the equity court to show you how to sue the corporation. I've been working on it for some time now, but it's coming together. And you're going to sue the Bureau of Vital Statistics for the corruption of your blood. Now, remember now, I read to you all last week, and I'm going to bring it up again. I told you how they took your titles away from you. And if everybody can hear me, you can hear me clear, Brother Hank?
We can hear you fine, brother. Continue, please.
It's called the Naturalization Uniform Rules. Third Congress, Section 2, Chapter 20. It's in the year 1795, page 414. And listen to what it says. And I'm going to go through it. Act to establish a uniform rule of naturalization and to repeal the act heretofore passed on that subject, for carrying into complete effect the power given by the Constitution to establish a uniform rule of naturalization throughout the United States. Now, I'm gonna pause that one. I'm gonna explain something to you. You remember when they had the Civil War, and some of the states broke away from the Union. Now, when the state broke away from the Union, the only way they can get back in is that they had to come under a 14th Amendment state, which they made your states 14th Amendments. So that was the only way that they can get back into the Union. So now you know what that means. So when they did that, and that's why your states are called the state of Georgia, state of Florida, state of California. Those are corporations under the United States, big corporations. Now, when they did that, and some people say, oh, I'm a state citizen. No, you still a slave. You still a 14th Amendment. Why? It's because when I told you, when the states came back into the Union, they had to come in on the 14th Amendment. And now what made you that when the birth certificate came? Okay? Now, but remember, that is true. However, though, but this law says something different. Now, I'm telling you this is how it happened, but listen to what this law says. Section 1. Be it enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives may become a citizen of the United States of America in Congress is simple. That any alien, being a free white person mean a Moor, may be admitted to become a citizen of the United States, or any of them on the following condition and not otherwise. Now listen to the first one. First, he shall have declared on oath or affirmation. Now I want to ask that question. Has any of you all gone into a court and you declared your oath and affirmation that you no longer wanted to be an Aboriginal more in the land and you wanted to be a U.S. citizen?
Nope.
Hell
I
no.
didn't think so. I didn't think so. Before the Supreme, Superior, District, or Circuit Court of someone of the states or of the territories northwest or south of the River Ohio, or a Circuit or District Court of the United States 3 years at least before his admission. that it was bona fide, see, his intention to become a citizen of the United States and to renounce forever all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, whatever, and particularly by name, the prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty whereof such alien may, at the time be a citizen or subject. So in other words, when they say at the time be a citizen, that means you were somewhere else first. You on the land. You was aborigines on the land before they took you off of that and put you into the corporation.
Now look at this, family. Take a look. Here they come along the shores, being the rejects, the destitute from another continent. And here our ancestors being compassionate, looking at them. You know what they were smelling when they was on them boats.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine what they were smelling like when they came over here after being on a boat for however long that was, a month, 2 months, no shower, no toilet. So you know what their pants smelled like? You know what their shirt? And our folks accepted them. And then they said, we're going to show our gratitude by killing you and rolling your head along the shores and call it, we're thankful. We are thankful that we slaughtered you and we taken your whole land and we're going to kill your elders. And so that the newborns will not even know that they are already the landlord and already home. What species of creation would do this? Now the Japanese, they had a different take. And they saw the Europeans coming off them ships, whether it be shipwrecked, they chopped their heads off right at the beach. Now, I don't know what our ancestors were drinking, but I wish they would have had the same Kool-Aid the Japanese had.
There was a lot of that. There was a lot of that going on too.
He shall. This is the second one. He shall, at the time of his application, to be admitted, residence, declaration on oath, or affirmation. You notice they keep saying that declaration on oath. Before someone of the court aforesaid that he has resided within the United States. That's a lie. 5 years at least. And within the state or territory where such court is at the time held, 1 year at least, that he will support the Constitution of the United States or affirm to, and that he do it absolutely and entirely renounce, see right here, entirely renounce and abjure, which that means, I tell you what that means, abjure, that means renounce all allegiance and fidelity. Tell you what that means, fidelity, loyalty, faithfulness to every foreign prince, potentate, state, or whatever, and particularly by name, the prince, potentate, state, or whereof he was before a citizen or subject. Did y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
So the question asks, where were you before?
Mm-hmm.
It's telling you right here, you were somewhere before they took you off the land and put you into the corporation. Mm-hmm. You were Moors, Aborigines on the land. It's telling you right here, whereof was before a citizen, meaning before you, they claim that you took that oath to say you didn't want to be a Moor Aborigine anymore, but that's a lie. You didn't take that. Your mother signed a birth certificate. We'll get into that, which is not your contract. That's why I said earlier, yes, it's true, when the states had to come back into the Union, they took on the 14th Amendment status. But then for us, we never took that oath. We had to take an oath because remember, we are the true landowners. So you would have been taking an oath and say you would give that up.
Wow.
To come into a corporation and you never did that. Let me go on. Number 3. The court admitting such alien shall be satisfied that he has resided. They even said you satisfied with it. Within the limits and under the jurisdiction of the United States 5 years. And it shall further appear to their satisfaction, that during that time he has behaved, look at it now, he has behaved as a man of a good moral character. Now, like if they had some damn character, attached to the principles of the Constitution of the United States, and well disposed to the good order and happiness of the same. In other words, you was a good moral man, and then you became happy that you wanted to be a 14th Amendment. Number 4, listen to it now. In case the alien, which that would be me,
Oh, no, there it is.
applying to be admitted to citizenship, see, in case, now this is where they're stealing your title of nobility. In case the alien applying to be admitted to citizenship shall have borne any hereditary title or been of any of the order of nobility. Been of any of the orders of nobility. Remember, before a citizen or subject of wanting to be a U.S. citizen, this is what you had. In the kingdom or state from which he came, which is your republic states, he shall, in addition to the above requisite, make an express renunciation of his title or order of nobility in the court to which his application shall be made, which renunciation shall be recorded in the said court. Now, you didn't do none of this. This is the law. This is why what I do now for people, I do it a little different from how I did. I went straight in there. I had to fill out their paperwork and mine. So what I do now, I take the affidavit of denial of U.S. citizens to show cause to renunciate. I put it in the trust minutes. I put it in there. So when you go and have it filed into the records or in the registry, now it's on file. Now that means that's good for you, because now you will motion the court to go back in. I would give you the 2 court orders. One would be mine, and another gentleman's here in Miami that I helped him with his. So you will have the prima facie evidence in your hand. So when you go in front of the judge and they say, why you here? You say, well, on this stare decisis and proceedings, I filed 2 notice of related cases to why I'm here. Did you get those notice of related cases? He said, yes. Well, that is the reason why I'm here, because remember, full faith and credit. What is granted in one state shall be granted in another state. So I'm giving you the proof of someone who's already did this, of your name, race, and nationality change. And the Moors like to say, you don't have to go into the court. No, that's not true. You have to go in now telling them you never took that oath to say you wanted to be a U.S. citizen. See, that's the reason why you got to go in. Because you never said that you was took a bona fide intention that you no longer wanted to be a Moor or Aborigines on the land. You never said that, because I asked the question. How many of us have done that? Not too many of us. Now, you're doing it in the opposite, in reverse, where I'm having you to go in and say, you are not part of the United States. You never have been part of the United States, because it's a corporation, it's a company. So how are you going to be a citizen to a company? Now, let me explain something to you. When I was telling you about that Constitution, I ain't forgot. Now, I said to you last time, Constitutional Amendment declares that, number 1, the rights protected by the Constitution are the rights of natural persons only. Now, you right offhand thought that's talking about you. Yeah, you're a natural person, but it ain't talking about you. This is talking about all banks and other natural persons according to their law. This means, since you are a U.S. citizen, a 14th Amendment person, You come under the laws of artificial or business entities and not the Constitution. That's why they tell you, don't come here arguing that constitutional stuff. Because the Constitution was never a part of you. You were never a part of that. But when you come back to the land of being a Moor, Aborigines, and not a citizen of the United States, you're coming back to your laws, which are the treaties. Those were laws without you will follow. Because we always had treaties with that corporation. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We only gave them those treaties so they can do commerce. That's why they put that banner up there, Old Glory, wear it white and blue. That's theirs, not yours and mine.
So you got all these folks excited about voting for McDonald's corporate president and believing that they have to have a condom of cotton on their face like a muzzle on a dog, and you the landlord.
Facts. Now, you see, they made you a constitutor.
Oh, hold on. And there's hardly no incident of corona in Africa. The biggest corona scare and hype is America and England. Go ahead, brother.
Thank you. And so, you see, they made you pledge to the Constitution so they can make you a constitutor. What is a constitutor? You replace someone else and you take on their debt.
That sounds like the Borgs. Hold on a second, Professor. Did y'all remember that Star Trek series? They call them the Borg. The Borg, they look like they were half human, half machine. And they said,
They was all one, right?
resistance is futile. We shall assimilate you.
Right.
The Borg assimilated the Native American culture. The Borgs assimilated soul music. The Borgs absorbed all the inventions. The Borgs absorbed your land. And then the Borgs deleted your ancestral memory. And now you think you're a part of the team in Mickey D's, Burger King, and Wendy's. Negro. Oh,
wow.
And the law of Virginia said we're going to change the Aborigines, the indigenous people of Virginia, to Negroes and colored.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Wow.
Now, so as long as you're 14th Amendment, you're considered the constitutor. You say, well, Brother Bey, what are you talking about? Well, there is something that you use every day called a Federal Reserve note. Now, let's say, for an example, you're going into a courtroom proceedings, right? The Federal Reserve is an instrument that you use. You're using someone else's instrument, and this is how they tax you on it. So they tax you on the use of the instrument. Now, I know that's probably some of you talking about, what are you talking about?
No. You better save that for the next show, brother. Don't be dropping all of it.
Let me just get it out. They don't know where I'm going with it.
I don't know where you're going.
When
All right.
you use that Federal Reserve note, this is how they tax you on everything for the use of it. Keep that in mind. But let me go on. Let's say, for an example, you go into a courtroom proceeding, right? Now, there's a form called a Form 56. Now, when you go into any court case, let's say now you're no longer under the corporation, right? You're back to your real status, your Bay name, LI, whichever one, your nationality, all that's done. Now, when you go into that court, you know, because the courts are banks and the judge is a banker. Now, the Federal Reserve note or the debt, you know, is for tax obligation. So every time you go in there, you're supposed to have that Form 56, the W-8 bin, and that court order. You're going to tell the judge, I'm not obligated to pay you anything for this case. Why? I told you all courts are banks. You are officially making a judge your trustee with the Form 56 when it comes to the Federal Reserve notes. I told you, you're not obligated under it anymore because you're no longer a U.S. person. Now you're learning how to use that Federal Reserve notes from the private side of the ledger. Remember, you're foreign to that corporation. Let me go here.
That's like being a cat, a lion, and been socially engineered from birth that you're a mouse.
And then also, and I said you must issue them the W-8 bin. Why? Because the W-8 bin are only for persons who are not U.S. citizens. So if you are not, if you came from under the corporation and you still working that job, now you can go to that job and give them that W-8 bin, the court order, the letter from Social Security Administration, and give them that, and they can't take no more taxes from you. Title 18 U.S.C. 8, it tells you the United States obligation. You all can pull that up, Title 18 U.S.C. 8. And it'll tell you all of her obligations. So she shifted all the obligations to you when they brought the state back in and put the state as a 14th Amendment state, and then all of her citizens when they issue you that birth certificate, so then they declare you to be a 14th Amendment for the debt of the United States corporation. That's why you're being taxed. You go on a job, don't they take that tax out that check out your labor? That's why, for the use of those Federal Reserve notes.
Wow.
Hold it. And those notes are not backed by any gold.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm just simply telling you all, the bottom line is, you got to come from under her. I gave you all so much caveat. I mean, you know, like the book say, I piped to them all the days, but they just went dance. So it's my job to keep telling you, you can't continue to try to go and do stuff till my getting remedy, and you steal the 14th Amendment. You can't straddle the fence. You can't be quasi. But I want you all to hear something. Now, this is showing you, because everybody forgot about that Civil Rights Act of 1866. But I'm doing a comparison here, and I want you all to hear the difference. The Constitution of the United States of America, 1789, Section 1. Listen to what it says. You can hear me clear, right, Hank?
Hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Where's my cat?
All persons, plural, born or naturalized in the United States, corporation, and subject to the jurisdiction. If you notice, jurisdiction is singular, not plural. So it's only talking about the jurisdiction of that corporation. Thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Now, let me go and read the Civil Rights Act of 1866. I want you to hear what it says now. I'm seeking you pick up the difference. Be it enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that all persons, plural again, born in the United States and not subject to any foreign power, excluding Indians not taxed, are hereby declared to be citizens of the United States, and such citizens of every race and color without regards to any previous condition of slavery or involuntary servitude. Now, did you all pick up the difference, or do you all think it sounds the same? I'm going to read the first one again.
They signaled out the Indians in the second one.
Okay, I'm gonna read it again. The first one: all persons born or naturalized in the corporation, the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction of her, that's singular, thereof, are citizens of the United States and of the states wherein they reside. That's the first one, the United States. Now we're going to go to the Civil Rights Act of 1866. One more time. Be it enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that all persons, plural, born in the United States and not subject to any foreign power, excluding Indians, not taxed, are hereby declared to be citizens of the United States.
That sounds like a hijack.
Now, but my question is there a difference between the two? Let me tell you what the difference is. Let me just tell you. In the Civil Rights Act of 1866, it says an act to protect all persons in the United States in their civil rights and furnish the means of their vindication. Right there, it's telling you with that key word, vindication. See? Let's see what that word means, vindication. The action of clearing someone of blame or suspicion. Proof that someone or something is right, reasonable, or justified. That's what vindication means. Now, in the 1866 one, it says not subject to any foreign power.
Right.
What y'all think they talking about?
Me. We.
No, sir.
Indigenous.
Indigenous.
No, sir. The foreign power. Who do you think the foreign power is?
Them.
The corporation called the United States. See, they put it right in front of your face. You notice the other one don't say the foreign power. Watch what it says. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the states wherein they reside. Did you hear anything about foreign power?
No.
Now the other one says that all persons born in the United States and not subject to any foreign power. See? That's the difference. That's why Nova Juali said there was no need for a 14th Amendment when you already had your rights under the 1866 Civil Rights Act. See, that foreign power always been the corporation that sits in Washington, D.C., called the District of Columbia, doing business as the United States. That's the business name she does business in. That's why it's called a municipal corporation. You can pull it up on it. Pull up her 1871 Organic Act, and it'll tell you she's a municipal corporation. That's why all your counties are called municipal counties. Everybody comes up under that corporation. Your judges, everybody. That's why I told you, when you go in any courtroom proceeding, you're dealing with the tax. So if you're foreign to it, you tell the judge, I'm not obliged to pay that. You are. And I'm sending it to the IRS. And you see how quick they throw that case out. It's always been about tax. That's why you have to come on the private side of the ledger so you can deal with the Federal Reserve notes from the private side. There's a public side to it and there's a private side to it.
Well, Brother Muhammed Bey, we're going to wrap it up that way. Say those last few words again, brother.
Well, I want to say this. You all heard the sister's testimony, and this is why I really wanted to bring her on, so you all can know that when you come to me, I'm going to get you remedy. That's the facts. Not talk. So I'm glad that she was able to come on so you all can hear and see it for yourself.
Facts.
And that's basically my wrap up, sir.
I want to thank you again, family. You see the Cash App right above, Alfred Thompson, $
That's the slave
Moores.
name.
Brother, we know that. I got a slave name too. Moores 33054. Mr. Bey 33169 at gmail.com, 786-624-8257. I want to thank you again, Professor Bey, for excellent presentation. I want to thank you, Brother Baraka.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Condry, Stanley, Chicago, everybody. Thank you for being on this show today.
Beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
thank you. We're going to wrap it up.
Say often, yes, I am. Supreme shield of protection surrounding me. Yes, I am. Yes, I am remembering all I was born to do. Yes, I am. Take hold of your crystal, which will magnify your I am affirmations at least 600%.